Team WUNAX Deck Profile Joe Dietrich.
Was the kid Joe Dietrich got first place at the Iowa Regional for TGG?
Yeah, so I went undefeated. It was 8 rounds. I drew against the guy that got second in like round 6. He was playing like Adventure Sprite. I've been really looking for like a different deck to play because I'm not a huge fan of the Sprite decks. And then some of my European friends were like telling me about this deck. They're like, you know, fusion cards are insane. I was like, yeah, fair enough. So I played Danger Tier Pump.
Danger Tier Pump.
Yeah, 40 cards. So for the tier package, 1 Rhino Heart, 2 Mary, 3 of these. This one's like not great by itself. It like does something, which is cool, but like I couldn't. It was like the 41st card, but you have to play 40 because you want to maximize the mills. You want to get like the best cards in your grave as fast as possible. This card's good, like a hand trap, obviously, and this combo is like any other monster. The only reason you play one of this is because like you don't play the big fusion, so you like never make it. The only thing you use this for really is for making this Llama Shark. Since the water, so you make this and Mud Dragon, make Llama Shark.
Easy Toad.
Yes, Toad is good because you don't lose like evenly or anything like that. Because that's like the fundamental problem with the tier deck is because they lose like all the bullets like mine or evenly. So I played a bunch of dangers, one ofs, and then I played 3 Chupacabra, 3 Nessie, and 3 Mothman.
This looks fun, Joe.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a casino deck sometimes, but like most of it's calculated. The level 4s are really important because you play a bunch of really good rank 4s, so you have to like max out on these, and they're different types, so that's pretty cool. This card was good. I like super poly discarded it and popped a Fateful Adventure. That was cool.
That is gross.
Yeah, now it's like floods and stuff like that. So I definitely would continue to play it. For the one of Snow, Goki-Pole, Shell Beast, Destrudo, and Zephyros. This card is absurd. So basically what you do is like you mill something, and then like you mill this obviously, and then you have like a danger, and you can bounce the danger back to your hands and then use it again, which is cool. This is just an extender. I side out a lot. The 4000 is a little heavy. Goki-Pole is like good. It combos with the level 4 tier element monster. So like it'll trigger this when it goes to grave. And this just adds an insect monster, so you just add Mothman. I played Shell Beast with no Winda.
Get that draw.
Yeah, the dude that like came up with the deck, Luca, was like, you have to play this card. And I was like, with no Winda? It sounds awful. But he like convinced me, and I'm like very happy I played this card. It's ridiculous.
Well, it looks like it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Today,
so like you have to like go through like sequencing on like what you have access to when you're going to send Curious. Because like if you already have Snow, then you usually send Zephyros. If you already have Zephyros, then you send Beast, and then it kind of just like goes down the line of like these 5 cards you want to have access to. I put a Punk Engine, just one of each card. I drew this card a little too much, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's just like something you just grab for danger. But, like these cards are really good, obviously. And you need the light sometimes for chaos, really. So it never banishes off Snow.
The goo, fellas.
Right? And I played a bunch of really ridiculous cards. So I played Instant Fusion, do the field spell, Foolish, 3 Teleport, 3 Super Poly. Shout out Robbie for letting me use these.
Shout out Robbie.
But like all these cards are ridiculous.
Why 2?
So like I want to keep it at 40 as much as possible, and it can clog sometimes because you're drawing. You literally draw your entire deck or mill your entire deck turn 1. So like getting multiples of this when it's once per turn is like not as great. Whereas like other stuff is a little better. And this is the only defensive card I played. Did play Dark Ruler, Penny Hand Traps. This deck just like destroys boards. I killed somebody through like Toad, Elf, Griffin, Smashers, and an Imperm with just Engine. So like the engine is like super strong. And then I played one of the Stoic. This card's really cool. It lets you loop Snow. Essentially what you do with this card is like you add it off kit, and then you like discard it later and reset it with Griffin. So you don't like have to play multiples because it doesn't matter if you discard it. You just reset it. So you get a lot of value out of that trap card.
And you just use it with Griffin over and over.
Yep, exactly. So 40 cards in the deck. For the extra, played Dark, Boros, Curious, Griffin, Appaloosa. All these cards are really good. Like, just ridiculous. You have to make this turn 1 sometimes because you'll have like too many monsters to make Griffin, because you want to be able to make a rank 4 after you make Griffin, and sometimes a level 4 is like kind of clogged. So consolidating your monsters into this is great because this only takes 2 effect monsters, so you can like use this as like 2 materials for it. It's the best card in the game. And
Curious.
so are these. These cards are all really good. This card's great, other than the fact that like it lets me set the trap, but I can also reset like Super Poly or like Eradicator or just anything ridiculous. And then I played Toad with the Bahamut Shark. So you make this with Mud Dragon and Rhinoheart. Really solid. Redoer, Dagaris. This you have to use sometimes to bring back the level 4 tier in order to make a live Redoer that fuses. Otherwise, you won't be able to like set up the trap correctly. So like, this card's really good. Also, it triggers the Tearlaments because it doesn't discard for cost. You can use the draw effect. And I played Zombie Vampire and Chaos Ruler. Turn 1, if you draw the P.U.N.K cards, like by themselves, if you literally miss, like on everything, you're milling 9 cards, but usually you end up milling like 20 something because you're milling 8 off the tier cards, 3 off Curious, and 9 off this. So you literally mill your entire, which is pretty small. Kind of spooky because like this triggers their tiers if you're playing the mirror, but most of the time like you just special summon their tiers so they miss.
It's kind of cracked.
Yeah, I like it a lot. For the fusion, Circus Mud Dragon, the Bird, and Kit. So I didn't play the big board. The big one's really good at the mirror, but I just didn't have space. The extract's really tight. All these cards are really necessary. This one is like probably the most cuttable card, but it comes up for Eradicator. Like usually Eradicator using this or this. So this comes up a lot in follow-up. All these cards are insane. For the side deck, I played Cowboy. What? Unfortunately, time rolls are kind of lame, and games take a really long time. So I didn't play that.
Cowboy.
Dweller for the mirror. I didn't have space to main this. I would have liked to.
Habitante do Abismo.
True. And I played the Gamma package. It's really good in the mirror because you get the Dweller, or it's good against like Sprite if they start with like Diva or Hard Normal Summon, something like that. I played 3 Mine cards for the mirror. Unfortunately, usually they don't play an out, and if they do play an out, they've like probably milled it by the time like this card's live. 3 Dark Ruler just for Sprite. Duster, Reboots, and Eradicator. Yeah, so this card guarantees that you don't get mines, you don't get even lead. It literally doesn't matter. Essentially, what you like end board is if you're going first, you have like Appaloosa here, Griffin here, Toad, and then a Redoer with the level 4 thing underneath it. And then you bring back the Chaos Ruler if you drew a P.U.N.K card. If you didn't draw a P.U.N.K card, then you, instead of making this, you just make this usually. And then your Eradicator, look at their hands, you have perfect information. It gets rid of all the bomb cards. And then you still have all of this plus snow. So you really can't lose. Shout out to Team and TG. And Raphael Nevin for helping me with the deck. And Sean Pittman for helping me with the deck. Thank you.
Let's go. We appreciate you, Joe. Signing out.